Phil Steele here. Welcome to another episode of Photography Q&A. Today we're going to talk about the Canon Speedlight flashes and see which one is right for your needs. Now, there are only 3 flashes in the current Canon line at the time I'm recording this, which is 2010. There's the 270EX, there's a 430EX2, and the 580EX2. So it's already pretty straightforward, and we're going to make it even easier by eliminating one of them right out of the gate. The first one, the little 270EX, I don't even have one of them here to show you because I wouldn't buy one, and I don't recommend that you buy one either. And the reason is the little 270EX it's not a full-size flash like these that you can tilt and bounce off walls and ceilings. It's kind of a small, it does fit on the camera's hot shoe, but it's kind of a glorified version of this little pop-up flash that's already on your camera. The problem with it is it's low, it doesn't get very far away from the lens axis. It doesn't have any kind of auto assist beam to help you focus at night. It doesn't have the ability to bounce off walls and ceilings. It can be directed upward, but for a few bucks you can buy a little reflector and put it on your pop-up flash and direct that upward. I just don't see the little 270EX as worth the investment. If you're going to buy a flash to put on the hot shoe of your camera, you might as well spend a few extra dollars and get a full-sized, full-fledged one like the 430 or 580EX here. So we've narrowed it down to 2. Now, why would you want to use the 430 or why would you want to use the 580? And let's see which situation each one would be necessary for you. If you're just going to get a first flash, the 430EX, this little guy, a first flash to use on your camera, to shoot, to use in bounce mode, to shoot things at night. If you're only going to have one flash that you're using, there's no reason not to go with the 430EX, which is the less expensive of the two. It's the middle range in the Canon flash line. Currently in US dollars, and the price fluctuates a lot, running around $200 or $250. It varies depending on the price versus the yen. The larger one, the 580EX2, is kind of the mothership, the top of the line from Canon right now, and it's running about $200 more than the 430EX2. So it's a significant difference in price, and unless you need to go up to the larger one, there's no reason not to go with the 430EX. They both have auto assist beams, they both are fully pivotable so you can bounce them off things. The larger flash, the 580EX2, has a little more power, of course, which gives you a little more range. It has a little more capability in its ability to help you focus on things in the dark. And I think it has 3 red LEDs in its auto assist light, whereas the 430EX maybe only has 2. But those differences are minor. The difference is in power and functionality. If you're just going to use it as a flash on your camera, those differences don't make a big deal. The key difference between these two, and the thing that's going to be the deciding point on whether you want to go with one or the other, is whether you want to use it as a master control unit to control remote flashes. Now, if you want to do off-camera flash photography and you're using one of these as a master, you've got to get the 580EX2, the big mother, because that's the only one that serves as a master and can control the other flashes as remotes. So if you're trying to do that, that's your only option. Now, if you already have a 580EX and you just want to buy a second flash to use as one of your remote slaves, then you can just save money and get the littler 430EX2, because this works as a slave just fine. It can't serve as a master. Now, if you're only going to use one flash, there's not really any need to go with the bigger 580 in my opinion. Now, it has a little more power and all that, but frankly, when I'm just using one flash, I often put the smaller 430 on my camera, even though the 580 has a little more capability, because it's smaller and lighter. And that's something, that's an advantage when you're carrying the thing around on your camera and shooting for hours. So that's the basic breakdown. The only reason really to buy the 580 is if you need it to be a master control unit. And if you already have one 580, there's not really a need to buy another one, because if you're just buying one as a slave or a remote unit, then you can buy the less expensive 430. So you really never need more than one of the 580s, unless you're just the kind of person who always likes to buy the top of the line of everything and get the most powerful thing you can have. In that case, you can buy all the 580s you like. Anyway, I hope that breakdown helps, and I'll talk to you soon.